Ayo. Hey, Walker. Eagle. That's a peacock. Anyway. Hey, Jacob. I almost forgot that you were Jacob. I was like, who in the blue fuck is Loopy Soupy? Your timing is impeccable. Just started my break. Yep, that's why I don't have any kids. I didn't just say that. Anyway, um, hold on. How do I do this? I didn't mean to say that. Jacob taught me that. I didn't say anything wrong. Jacob taught me that, guys. I'm an innocent soul. Hey, Astro, who the fuck is Loopy Sloopy? Oh my god. Gloopy Soupy. I think of something that's definitely not appropriate whenever I read that username. Um, but that's just me. Yeah, I think of something that's definitely not okay. I think of slime. Yeah, me too. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Anyway, what was the question? Boy. Oh dear God. Anyway, we're doing some VOD reviews today. Yeah. Okay, so if y'all would like to claim VODs at this time, let's go ahead and do so. Sporks, you did purchase one. Want to review my tracer plate? Sporks, you bought a thing, yeah. Harris in his Widowmaker phase. Right on. Great transition. Yeah. Zach, thank you so much for the gifted. For Gloopy Soupy. Gloop gets the That was very well worded. That was very well worded. That was very well worded. I couldn't think of a better way of wording that one. Holy mother. Hey, Sleeper. Sleeper and I had a really good session this morning, but Sleeper's also not feeling well, so if y'all were thinking about yelling at him, maybe don't. Poor guy's going through some shit at the moment, but we hope he gets better soon. But we had a very cool, a lot more in-depth session today. We went over some shit. I got the man flu. Groupie Soupy. Why Jacob changed his name? I don't know why. But here's the thing: all of his usernames have always something to do with food. You know, they do say he's got bitches like water. You know, they're just everywhere, and he also eats it like groceries, apparently. So, no, that's incorrect. Oh yeah, that's yeah. Hey Jay, how you doing? Jacob has bitches like water. They're everywhere. What did I eat? I don't know, but they all said that you eat it like groceries. Anyway, he eats the soup. He eats the soup. He's as excited to eat the soup as Owl is excited to go to the dentist. It's yeah. Mhm. Hey, Shorty, good to see. Anyway, what was the question? Y'all are crazy. Bro, I got soup right now. Lentil soup. Careful. Gloopy gonna sneak up from behind, grab you when you don't expect it, and eat it. So careful. I'm at work. Why? Turn it off. Are you want me to turn it off? I'm not here. Okay. Shh. Jacob, I'm in a weird mood, man. I didn't sleep that well. It's okay. Hmm. Y'all are cray cray. Yeah, actually, cray cray. We two at work. Okay, shh, everybody, shh. Don't distract Shorty. Everyone, shush. Everybody, shush. Shush. Everybody, shush. Twitch will add 10%. Are you sure we the crazy ones? Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. All right. I was gonna do Val, but I'm not here. Blame Jeff. Fuck it, Jeff. Damn it. Okay, done. This should make you laugh. It's in the Discord. Okay, so we're gonna start with Sporks. And I'm assuming we're using our Tucan that we purchased yesterday or Monday. Monday? Yes, Monday. Let's do this. Now, Sporks. I'm still gonna bust your lady balls if you do silly stuff. But if you do something awesome, I'm gonna tell you you're doing something awesome. Now, what's actually interesting is Sleeper. Do you remember the thing that we went over this morning about point A, point B, point C, and how point B is the best time to kind of, and then ask yourself, where are they going? Where are they? Where are they going? Where are they? Where are they going? Tracer is actually another really amazing character for this concept. And surprise, surprise, dive characters or high mobility characters are my favorite because they're the easiest ones to do this on in terms of like showing people like, hey, I'm here, I need to go here. You can do it on poke characters, you can do it on brawl characters. It just requires a little bit different. From poke, you do it from far away, but it's the same thing. From dive, you put yourself inside of their faces, it's the same thing. And brawl, also you put themselves inside of your faces. But Sporks, what I'm going to kind of go over with you today is a little bit of a sneak peek as to what we're going to go over when we do our next session, because you are going to have some brigging to do. So this here, what's like bronze? 72, and I have most elims. I don't know. I'm trying to branch out. Dive is best. Dive is my favorite. Okay, so Shorty, be safe. But we're going to look at this together. Okay. Let me pull up our code, and we'll go from there. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, bronze 78. That'll do it. I have 3 hours on Tracer. Don't judge me. If you're submitting an Atlas VOD, we're known on this channel for roasting and flaming without any chance of improving, right? 0VGD JN. Let's see what you got. I'll put like one of my pulse bombs just as a warning. So does J3, so do I. It's fine. VODs today, yes. It is VOD day. It's Thursday, right? Yeah, it is Thursday. I was about to say, oh no, it's Friday. All right, everyone stop. We're not doing any VODs. Sorry, Sporks. Okay. So let's see who you are. I don't think that you're Mud Monkey. I don't think you're Spicy Kitten or Silent Killer. I think my guess is you're either Rosnell or you're Say Yes to Sporks. Those are my guesses. Skill issue, get good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, basically. I'm curious, undecided by Tracer. If I don't see Sporks play like Striker, then she's throwing. For those of you who don't know who Striker is, very, very good DPS player. Okay, so right off the gate, what do we have? We have, you know what? It doesn't even matter what we have. It's bronze. We're gonna be fine. Am I playing this? No, that's at full speed. That was really weird. It looks like the game is like lagging almost. No, it's full speed. That's wild. I'll give you a hint, Sporks. It's a little closer than this. You said bronze 78. You said 3 hours on Tracer. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Sporks, I'm going to send you something. Ready? Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm going to send you something. Can I do this on my phone, or can I actually, this will be easier. I'm going to send you something, Sporks, and this is kind of behind the scenes. Ready? And it's going to blow your mind. Again, this is going to be a sneak peek, and this is only the first layer. So get ready with your Discord. Here. Okay, so go ahead and look at that, Sporks, and then let me know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? From the words used and then the arrow? Okay. Now, that 3-step plan, what if I told you, but hold on, this is where it's still a VOD, so I want to make sure you get something good out of this. Is that 3-step plan works for every character in this game. Has nothing to do whether you're playing Ana, Tracer, or nothing. So even if you're playing something that you have 3 hours on, that's the first layer. If you can remember that layer and go, am I at least doing this? That's going to be a good starting point. Okay. That I actually loved. That was great. Can anybody tell me why? Sleeper. What did I just like about their Ana? What did I like about that? Go ahead. Sleeper, what did I like that chase on the Ana? I'll play it again. Ready? And there. Because she attacked her in the B transitional phase. Sporks, do you have any idea what B transitional phase is? Absolutely not. You're going to. And it's going to, your mind. Watch it again. I don't give a blue shit about the pulse bomb. Chat, where's the Ana going? No, where's the Ana going? She was on point. Where is she going now? To cover. More specifically, where is she going? Spawn. The corner, spawn, back to her team. Is there anywhere else she can go other than that way? Think about where she's standing. She was there, and she is going to, at the very least, that corner. What do you guys notice about the space in between where the Kiriko is standing and that corner that she'd be going to? Predictable path. What else? What do you notice about the space in between and sleeper? This is we talked about A, B, and C, right? So this to there. What do you notice about this in between? It's in the open, there's no cover. Sporks, what if I told you that people do this in every elo all day long? And if you can start to notice when people do that, your aim will get better because they're being predictable. And you'll also know where to stand every time you fire your gun. Hmm. There's cover here. There's cover here. In between, there's no cover. So if I were to ask you, Sporks, do you want to chase the Ana or shoot the Ana when she's here, or in between? Which one would you say is the best chance or the best realistic spot to start shooting the Ana? In between? Okay. Mental note of that. Because that was the best thing I've seen you do this entire game. I haven't said shit about your aim. I haven't said anything about the pulse bomb. Wait for it. Fuck it. Loopy, I would say you're the smartest soupy in the whole damn pantry. Hey Shmuel, hey Knock. So Sporks, I have a quasi question, right? It looks like you're picking up your mouse a bunch. Do you think that's because your sensitivity is too low, or do you think it's because you're standing in the middle of the fight as opposed to being on the sides? Because if you're in the middle of the fight and you're constantly having to spin going, what do I shoot at? Versus being on either in the left or the right lane, being able to look inward, you can just track as opposed to having to spin around. Because all of the things you're going to shoot are in one direction versus 360 around you. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is, Sporks, is that that's not a sensitivity issue. That is a where are you standing issue. To go off of Gloopy here, it's your positioning. You should not, I don't care if it's Genji, I don't care if it's Tracer, I don't even care if it's Ball. You should not have to be spinning. Wonder, baby, you light up my world like nobody else the way. Anyway, when you're done with that, I just blinked into a wall. Let's go see you. Okay. Oh, Zach with the gifted for Knock. That was nice of you, Zach. Knock, welcome back to the mountain. And for Shmuel, too. Yo, Zach is out here. Zachaclaws, bruv. bruv? Zach out here, like, with the Christmas greetings. Tracking. Y'all are crazy. Thank you so much, Zach. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As Gino would say, it's just fucking money. Speaking of Gino, Gino's going through a lot of stuff right now, guys. If you all see Gino in chat, make sure you give him some good wishes. There's a lot of people struggling this holiday. Bunch of personal shit going on, so be nice to Gino. I don't know what to do. Okay. So, Sporks, let me stop you there. Be kind, be humble, and as always, GG's, you know? So, Sporks, let me ask you this. That little sneak peek pickle dickle that I sent you, right? With those 3 words, and then it circles around. When you talk about that making sense, right? I'm just going to share it for the rest of chat. So what I sent Sporks and I've been going over with Sleeper is a schematic. It's a blueprint that I am writing, and Ainsley has helped me with creating the perfect blueprint, or the blueprint for the perfect Overwatch player. So it doesn't matter if you're bronze 5 or you're rank 5, you'll be able to either understand it layer by layer and go, yes, that's correct, that makes sense, regardless of how much experience you have with the game or how proficient you are with the game. Very hard to do. It's never been done before. That's why we're really grinding out the little rough edges to make it as understandable as possible. And basically it goes by layers. So once you understand the first layer, it gets a little bit more complex as you go layer by layer until you finally get to the end. You don't see them on the chat bar. Bobby, what? Do I need to reset the YouTube side? Is it not working? These bitches be crazy. Give me 1 second. By the way, I appreciate you calling me sir. It's very, 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 very respectful. So thank your face. Now, Bobby Cat, are you Bobby on the YouTube side of things usually, or are you not Bobby on the normal side of things? I would like to know. Because if we just have multiple Bobbies, the more the merrier. Let me see what you have. I do see you. Why is it not popping up in my... You are Bobby. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do, Bobby. Is I'm going to do a pop-out chat. I'm going to pull it over here to my second screen. And this way, if you would like to return to YouTube where you're more comfortable, you absolutely go ahead and do so, because now I'm going to be able to watch it and monitor it. Thank you very much for pointing it out to me, Bobby. I apologize for that not working. See, I have a lot of potential games in this road to make sure people get priority. Please, this is going to look awful on my VOD. Use both cooldowns, heard the sleep go off, back to spawn, not to point, over to mini. It's a low ground, ramp going down. Yeah. Bobby, good to see you. I got you, Bobby. All right, now I will be able to more closely monitor everything. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Remember, because Mail and I don't know if I have the mental capacity to take in information. Yes, absolutely. Jacob, if you can hear me, can you please refund the VOD for Sleeper? Please, 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 and thank your face. Okay. But Bobby, yeah, you're going to be after this one. So the thing that I showed for the first layer of this schematic, it involves 3 words. It's going to be move, get info, look for elims, and then circle and repeat. At the most basic level of the game, move, get information, look for elims. Thank you, Gloop. Thank you, Jacob. So what does that mean? That means in the very, very bare minimum, like the most top layer where there's like a little strawberry or some frosting of the cake, before we get into the real specifics of what those more in depth look like, the very first thing you're going to do in this game when you load in is you're going to move around. Next, you're going to get information. And with that information, it's going to be who, where, what, who are you looking at, what do you have, where's everything, and then you're going to look for elims. If you move and you don't have information yet, you keep moving until you hear or see something. Once you do hear or see something, you then look for elimination. If you're not able to get an elimination yet, then you still need more info. Once you have enough to go for an elimination, you go for it. Once you get the first one, you just then go back to the beginning. You now move, get more information, and look for the next elimination. So whenever you're in a situation, I don't care what character you're playing, ask yourself, I'm moving, okay, do I have info I'm looking for? If I don't have info, keep moving. If I do have info, can I get an elim? If I can't get an elim, I go back to moving. That's it. That sounds super simple, and yes, it does get more in depth than that, but that is bare bones minimum. Move, get info, look for an elim, repeat. That's it. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So we're going to move. We just got some information. Sporks, what information did we just get? What information can you see? The second I heard / saw something, what info did we just get, Sporks? There's a Doomfist. Yes, tell me more. What else about a Doomfist? What else do we see? We also see our Ana. He's on my Ana. Good. Your Ana has roughly 75% health. Their Doom has roughly 25% health. Now, is this enough information for you to decide as to whether or not you're going to go for an elim? Is this enough information to where you can now decide if you're going to go for an elim? Yes. So what is the next step? You moved, you got information, and now you're going to go for an elim. Let's see what you do. Nice. Okay. You moved. You now have new information. Would it be safe to say that if all that mattered was game sense, you'd be GM? I think game sense is broad enough of a term to where if you are aware enough of what's going on, it adds to your positioning because it spills over. If you have good game sense of what's going around, it helps you figure out where you should be standing. And if you have good game sense, it really helps your aim a lot because if you're able to figure out and observe and go, hey, they're going to go this way, it doesn't take a lot of aim to just go and move your mouse. So I would say that no, but at the same time, it definitely spills over and helps. Life is Roblox. Yell or wild. Like Gloopy or Jacob here was just talking about before how like he's met some crazy Tracer players that don't have good aim. He was asking you specifically. Oh, no. I think I'm a pretty good example of that. I've got really good game sense, but you need more than that. I find it's easiest with Tracer when you are walking alongside, but a bit behind people. That's kind of vague, Bobby. It kind of depends. If you're close enough to where you're able to do more damage and they're not looking at you, that's fantastic because that's called an off angle, and you're also taking people by surprise. Now, that will get harder to do as you climb because people tend to be a bit more aware and they actually can hear you. You'll notice that you might shoot people in the back and they don't even turn around because they can't hear you. That's wild to me. That means that they're either not using headphones or they're not playing with audio, or they have music playing while they play, so they can't hear shit even if they wanted to. So you're just taking advantage of that, which is good. Yeah. Mechanical, so it's positioning, game sense, and mechanics. All three of them are required to really excel at the game. Does that mean every character requires the same amount of all three? No, but every character, every position, every play is going to require a little bit, at least, of all three. And mechanics is not just raw aim, it's also how you push your buttons, how you move and handle your character as well. So it's not just aim. Knock, there will be VOD spots, yes. Anywho, I'm both a shitty Tracer player and have bad aim, so quite the combo. Anywho, Sporks, back on topic. We moved, we got info, we went for an elim. Now, we just moved forward. We got new info. What is that info? The Doomfist just used an ultimate. Our Kiriko is half health, and our Ana is about 70% health. We have new information. Is this enough information to go for an elim? Yes, it is. Awesome. Cool. We got the elim. Now, we have new information. Is the information that we have enough to go for an elim? Maybe not. We maybe notice the Moira. Do we know how much health does she have? Do we know whether she's used her cooldowns? Do we know if there's more people coming up behind her to help with the team? Do we know whether or not our team can help push with us? Yes, we do. We have our Mauga that's about to die. That's probably a factor. And we know that they've lost their tank. So from here, this is what I talk about from getting information. Oh, we moved and we just got new information. They also have a Hanzo right here. And they also have an Ana. Here we back up. Why? Because we can't fight that. So Sporks, you have good, like you've been growing as a player. Like before, you would have just gone straight into them and exploded. You didn't do that. Currently silver 5, that's probably the case. Well, this is a bronze 5 lobby, so. Okay, ready? Sporks, we have moved. We have gotten information. With the information do we have, are we going to be able to get a Elim? So what do we need to do? If we moved, we got info, we can't go to an Elim, we circle back. We need to move some more so that we can get more information that can then lead to an Elim. Move. And this is where we get into the next several layers of the cake where I go over where are we moving, how we're moving, what's the most efficient way to move, pathing, way in, a way out, what's our game plan. We'll get into more specifics in our next section, Sporks. But all these things are you need to consider. But we've established just bare minimum move info elims. We moved, we have info, but we can't get to elims. So we go back to moving. We need to move to where we can get info that can lead to elims. Standing here, we've established is not enough. Now, the difference is between a bronze lobby and a plat lobby and a master's lobby and then in ultimate top 500 Super Saiyan rank where Jacob and Mitosis play is that all of this happens significantly faster. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I was about to be so proud of you. You know where to go. Sporks, you know where to go. Sport, I'm gonna squeeze you. Where are we going? Sporks, where do you go? But I'm scared. Fuck that. Where do you go? Sporks, where do you go? They can execute it when doing it, but they know what they're doing. Okay, so Gloopy, let me ask you this. If you don't know what you're doing and you have to take time during the game to figure it out, that takes longer, right? As opposed to you know what you're doing, so you can just go do it. It's just a matter of reacting to what's around you. The whole thought process of cooking up the plan is eliminated. So by default, it's still faster, right? If you have a game plan when you show up versus you have a game plan that you have to come up with on the spot. Now you can be faster while not having plans as high a roll. Gloopy, but that's because you've already developed foundational like your default setting is smarter than the average player. So you can react a bit on the fly because your instincts have been developed. That's what I'm saying. If your instinct was to face tank 5 people as Tracer and emote, good luck, bud. But if your instinct is to take the high ground, go for a rotation, and pull aggro or pressure their Ana, and you don't think about it, you just do it, it's because your instincts are good. And you up top, behind, kick ass, high ground, up to behind, and look for pull. See, Bobby and Sports. Fantastic. Bloopy's thinking about Soupy. Okay. Doomly selected a kill. Look for Pulse on it. Bobby's a genius. Bobby's a fucking genius. Why is Bobby a genius? What is right here? What are these two? Sports. Whoever told you that you should just be pulsing their tank whenever you can should be arrested. Straight to jail. Straight to. I am so hungry. Y'all stress me out. Right here. Straight to jail. Thank you, Jocelyn. Straight to jail. I hope he kills you. I hope he kills you. Damn, I was rooting for the Doom there. I play Ana. I'm afraid of Ana. Okay, okay, but Sporks, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Listen to me, listening to me, listening to you. Ready? Look at me, look at me. If you're playing Ana at your current skill, if I threw you into a bronze 5 lobby, do you think that you would shit on bitches, or do you think that you would end up getting hard rolled? With your current skill level, how much we've worked on you and how much you've improved. If I threw you into a bronze 5 lobby, do you think that you would fit in with everybody, or do you think you would be noticeably better? I would shit on a bronze tracer? Okay. Are you going up against a plat almost diamond on a player? Or are you going up against a bronze 5 on a player? You're being far too respectful of these individuals. You are the most important person in the lobby. You are the best player on your team by far, and your life matters more than everyone else's. Put on your big lady pants and go shitting bitches. Respectfully. If you play like a bronze, you're going to stay in bronze. You'd be surprised in how many of you guys already have good habits, but you lack confidence to execute them. And how do you build that confidence? You put yourself into those situations enough times to where the anxiety, the fear, the lack of confidence literally has no option other than to disappear, because you've done it so many times to where it's like, I'm not afraid anymore. Sporks, I think you'd actually be decent at Soldier, because you're playing Soldier or Tracer 76 right now. You shot the health pack. Okay. All right. Of course, I play Tracer like a bronze. I have no idea how she works. Well, Sporks, let me ask you a crazy question. This is competitive, or is no, this is quick play. Okay, good. Good. If you had done this in quick play, I would have been very sad. That's like if I play Cassidy in comp, I'm trolling. Or Genji. Okay. Now, Bobby, say it again. Where should Sporks be going? Sporks is almost diamond, and Bobby is silver. Bobby, tell Sporks where she should be going. Behind? Okay. No. Bobby knows. He said it before. High ground. Back behind them. It's good to get the habit out of your mind, whereas the time doesn't matter compared to experience. 110%. We gave this example yesterday, chat, and this is just like the best way I can put this, is the reason that coaching or getting a teacher in anything, this is the only, and shoot from high ledge onto supports. This is the only argument I need to show you guys. If you are learning to play the guitar, you have two options. Option A, because it says it takes about 1,000 hours to begin to master something, right? 1,000 hours. So here's how this works. If you sit down with your uncle's guitar in your basement and you start plucking at the strings, it's going to take you about 1,000 hours. Let's say about 900. The first 900 are going to just be you kind of fickle-facking with it until you're able to get to where you need to be, to where you really start learning how to do things correctly. And we'll call that the last 100 hours. The last 100 hours are like where you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing enough to the point where I can actually excel at it. So the difference is that person A just sits down with the guitar to say, fuck it. Person B goes to someone that has already learned and made all the mistakes that you'd be doing here. Because keep in mind, this 900 hours is failure. It is trial. It is contemplation, so cont, and then repeat over and over and over and over again. What you do by going to a guitar lesson teacher is that they make it so all you have to do is put in approximately 100 hours, because this 900-hour bullshit, repetitive, fail, try, over and over and over and over and over again, they take this away from you. So if you're asking yourself, is it worth it to get coaching lessons, whether it's guitar, Overwatch, learning how to play basketball, or learning how to knit a sweater, I'll ask it this. Whatever the hourly rate is, would you rather spend like approximately 900 hours of the 1,000 it takes in theory? That's what the people say. When you talk about like scientists and all like the professionals, there's approximately 1,000 hours invested in anything. Learning a language, learning how to skateboard, whatever the hell it is, takes you approximately 1,000 hours for the average human to master a craft. Would you rather spend 900 hours or pay someone to get rid of this so you guys can skip ahead to the last 100? 90% of the bullshit is now gone, and you can now focus on the last 100 hours to make you actually get good at what you're trying to get good at. It doesn't matter if it's aim training, it doesn't matter if it's guitar, Overwatch, learning to ride a horse, it does not matter. Would you rather fall on your ass and get kicked off of a horse for 900 hours or get better over the last 100 hours where you're actually making progress? It's not about how much time you have, it's about how you use it. 110%. It's 1,000 hours. The first 900 is just trial, error, repeat, bullshit, 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 until you're like, okay, click. The next 100 hours, that's where the real grind starts. My job is I do this for you so you do not have to, and we can get straight to the good stuff where we make you awesome. Does that make sense? So this whole 997 hours left to master on Tracer, if you did it by yourself, Sporks, yes. But if you talk about Mercy having 600 hours, and this is going to be kind of like an ego check here, Sporks. I don't know how many hours you have on Ana. I don't count any of them until you count like the very first time you and I did a session. Because the amount of stuff that you learned in the very first hour that I coached with you was, I would argue, more impactful and better than all the hours you had done leading up to that point. And that's because, unfortunately, Blizzard has no material to show you guys how to improve at the game. So most players spend 900 hours of bullshit until they get to the last 100 hours of actually properly getting good at a character. Think about all the people that are top 500 that have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours on characters, and yet they're still improving. And then think about the players that are like on really good, amazing teams. They're really good players. They got coaching, and all of a sudden they went from like silver to masters. How is that possible? Maybe it's because they got to skip the bullshit and actually go into the good 100 hours. That's the whole point. Anyway, back to the bud. But yes, Bobby, you are correct. That's what we should be doing. We should be moving to get information that's going to look for elims, or it's going to result in elims. Aurora Borealis is happening right now. Yes, my Aurora Borealis are tingling. Don't know what I just said. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. Everything that just happened in that fight just hurt my brain. Everything. It all just hurt my face. That just hurt my head so much. Where are my chips? I'm eating chips. Exactly, not exactly. These are Vegemite and cheese from Australia. You're welcome, Shmuel. It's a fun game. So, Sporks. That's when I figured out, oh, it works better when you're close. Hey, Demon. Okay. So, Sporks. That little thing, that little diagram I just drew for you a second ago, where it's like the 900 hours of bullshit, trial, error, trial, error, trial, error, versus the last 100 hours, where the point of me is to make it so you don't have to do the first 900 hours and you get to the good shit at the last 100. What you just kind of just typed, where it's like, hey, that's when I figured out it works better when you're close. Does that 900 hours versus 100 hours make sense now? The amount of people on this planet feel like they have to figure out everything on their own as if though it's never been done before is unbelievably wild. The amount of people that wake up, the amount of people that wake up and go, I have an idea. That idea is I'm going to figure out how to change a tire. Okay? I'm going to change a tire. And then what they do, they spend the next 6 to 8 hours sitting on the side of the road in the middle of the pouring rain, trying to figure out which end of the tire iron goes into the socket and then which way to turn the fucking thing. Versus what the other person does is they Google it on YouTube. because the information already exists. And what took person A 6 to 8 hours in the rain, who now has a headache, wet shoes, and a very upset girlfriend because they don't know where they are. Person B, the genius they are, we'll call this is going to be Babe. No, that's too personal because Bobby's in the chat. We're going to call this person Carl. No, number one is Carl. Who's person two? Ryan. Okay, so Carl is kind of a dumbass because he thinks that he has to figure it out all on his own, and he's cool. He's not in any rush doing this, but in the meantime, it's raining. He has a headache. He's got wet shoes, and his girlfriend's pissed. Versus Ryan goes, "Hey, I have a cell phone," and they go on YouTube and they Google they look up on YouTube how to change a tire. They watch a 9-minute video maximum, and now about 10 minutes later, approximately, their tire is fixed. What a concept. Crazy. Sporks, your tracer was fine. Your tracer was fine. Sporks, this is not me. You're focusing on the wrong thing. I'm not. This is why I don't flame during my VOD reviews, and this is why my whole philosophy behind coaching y'all is to let you guys know that for all of the people that have been in this position that Carl was, where you feel like you have to figure something out all on your own and take 6 to 8 hours standing in the rain, your head hurts, your feet are now wet, and your girlfriend or boyfriend is now mad at you because you feel like you have to do it all on your own and pioneer the world. I'm here to tell you that the resources to skip this and that you can just look up the answer and in a short period of time, considerably less than this, you're going to be able to get to the end solution you're looking for. This is me telling you guys, I exist. Hi, hello. You don't have to stand in the rain anymore and go, oh, I wonder. That's the point. That's the whole point. I'm relieved you don't flame. Damon, I will be significantly tougher on my masters and GM players, but I will not flame or tell you, oh, skill issue, aim better, you're trash. That does not help anyone. If you're a content creator and that's your go about, that's not coaching or helping. That's just acting up for content, which, more power to you, but it's important to kind of understand the difference. Shitting on someone for the sake of shitting on someone versus trying to help them, those are two very different things. I definitely go more personal with my coaching than a lot of other people. Yo, Tommy with the gifted for Damon. Tommy, I didn't even know you were there. What's good, dogs? Oh, you said the howdy beauties. I was confused because I never get called a beauty, so I thought you were talking to somebody else. But does that make sense? Sporks, I don't want you to be Carl. I want you to be Ryan. Does that make sense? So it's not about whether you're trash, you're trash or not trash as Tracer, trying new things, and that's okay, Sporks. So I look at this as that you gave me a Tracer VOD, and I was actually kind of surprised. I was like, I had no idea you wanted to learn Tracer. So after that video that we just saw, Sporks, I only have one question for you. Would you like to learn Tracer? Or are you maybe just curious about dive in general? Because what's interesting is that the character you said you did want to learn, Brig, is very good against dive and is played in a lot of even dive comps for your own team. And there's a reason why. There you go. Thank you, Gloop. Yeah, Gloopy's work with me with some aim stuff. I love Brig. I love Tracer. The Tracer was right. Just needs more time. She's a very fast-paced character. Yes, I want to have a pocket of DPS, but also I want to learn the heroes that fuck me up on support so I can counter them better. You didn't do the thing I asked. You don't count. Jacob, I tried, but I was confused. And then I tried other things, but I'm getting back into it. I have stuff now that I do and I practice, and I have my aim sleeve and all that shit. I'm trying. Hey, Astral. Welcome, welcome. Does that make sense, though, Sporks? So if the answer is yes, then let me know and we'll work on that. But anyway. Okay, so thank you very much for the Tracer VOD, Sporks. Hopefully that was a little bit of a sneakle peekle into what you and I are going to be working on. Change yeah. It's all capitalization in orange. Okay, with that being said, so when I fight a break, I feel a lot more comfortable because I know how it ranges in strengths. Bobby, that's a beautiful example. Any of y'all that are looking to play Echo, like any of my Echo players that I coach, I have you guys play more than Echo. I have you play a bunch of characters that I think are really good Echo copies as well, because Echo copy is for cooldowns. It's not for ultimates anymore. So I'll have my Echo players play Ana. I'll have my Echo players play Moira. I'll have my Echo players play different tanks, like Winston, for example. I'll have my Echo players play certain DPS that I know can get good bursts of damage, or maybe have some displays like Fada. So I'll have my Echo players play a bunch of stuff. That's all that changed. Okay. With that being said, Bobby, you are up next. And have you posted the information in the Discord, or are you going to do it there on YouTube? That's all I got to know. But thank you very much for the support, Sports. Winton, true. I'm not in the Discord yet. Okay. I have so many potential games. Well, go ahead. I don't know if you have one ready now or not, but the hope is that you have one that you think would be a good starting one. Is this our YouTube viewer? One of them, yes. I feel like my first 3 games were rough because I was warming up. Okay. So just magically pick the 4th one and say, let's go. You'd be surprised on when you guys are first starting out, like it's your very first VOD submission ever. A lot of people overthink it or they get nervous. Remember, I'm not going to flame you. The goal is to kind of notice habits that you have, and we go from there. The very first VOD review is just nice to have a good baseline or foundation. Hey, Shmuel. Appreciate your face. Thank you. Okay. So, Damon, the way that it works is that we are doing is VOD review day. So you can either claim them for a $10 donation or 10,000 channel points. But we do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays, unless it's like the beginning or the end of a competitive season, in which we kind of focus on either the new content or wrapping up the competitive season. But all other Tuesdays and Thursdays are primarily our VOD review days. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what you got here. Let's see what you got. Okay, so 3YB. DB4. Okay. Now, Bobby, what I basically need to know is the rank you're playing at, the character that you played, and then what are you trying to get out of this? Also, which one is your in-game name, just so I know? You're good, Bobby. Let's see what you got. I am Kitty Cuddles. Okay, so you are going to be the Tracer. Okay. Boom, 100% like to dislike ratio. So Shmuel, I have to ask, are you the one that liked it, or are you the one that disliked it? Wild. We are already on the flank. Okay. Okay. Now I'll go into more advanced concepts, Bobby, if I see you already excelling at basics, but this is already better than most silver players. You're already doing better. You're not wasting any time, you're getting in there. It's been 4 seconds. Okay. 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 I'm gonna hit stop right now. You're not silver. Bobby, be honest with me. Alright. Stop the cap. You're not silver. Be like straight up 100% honest with me. I'm a diamond support. I was gonna say, because like your awareness, you're not silver. You're right. I'm a diamond support. I was gonna say, Bobby. Okay, and this kind of like goes into my argument where right now the game, how it works is that it will give you a lobby of all plat players, but one of the people are on their main role and they're a plat tank, and then they're like silver on the other 2 roles, and then the other person is like plat on that role they're playing, but they're diamond or masters in another role. This is literally the perfect example of why it does matter because Bobby may not be diamond on DPS, but he is diamond on his main role. Does this look like they belong in a silver lobby? You are smoking crack if you think a silver player would do this on their off roll. On their off roll. I I mm. I think MMR in terms of how the lobby is dictated should be based on an average of all 3 of your real role rankings. It encourages people to play multiple roles, and it also puts you mentally in terms of how much you've learned and progressed as a player. It puts you against people that are actually on the same mental skill level as other people. It also allows you to learn other roles and ends up you having all 3 of your roles roughly the same rank. Therefore, it makes you in a fun way learn the game to its entirety, not just 1 or 2 characters. Oh my god! Like, Bobby, I'm gonna brag about you real quick. So disengage off of this, goes high ground. Team, he goes to his team in LOS in order to get healed. Notices the Zarya, pressures the Zarya from high ground and the Mercy that flies in. So now he can pressure the Zarya from safety, LOS from the Zarya's team. And then once the Zarya drops, his supports can now hopefully notice him and heal him. Goes behind, takes constant off angles, uses blinks beautifully to make the Hanzo have to chase him. You were about to slaughter these silver players. No, I think you're right, Gloopy. The chef, I love Diet Coke. There you go. Bobby is about to shit in bitches. If that Mercy... Not gonna lie to you, what I would have done is I would have just stood still and the Mercy wouldn't have seen you even though she's looking at you, and she would have gone for the res and you just kill her. Your Sojourn's about to... Yep. This shit is wild. All right, let's talk about Overwatch basics, chat. I want you to watch this amazing tracking on the Zarya. Sleeper and Sporks, y'all better know the answer to this one. Watch. The honestly, this one. Nice recall. The Ana doesn't have the thing that makes her scary, so I would shoot her and kill her personally, but that's fine. So we come back over here. Now, chat, if you're playing this game, you're watching this game, I know we've already seen the footage, but right now the Zarya is low health. Is she going to be walking in, or is she going to be walking backwards? Because remember, in this elo, people don't understand cover. They know forward and backward. They don't know high ground, they don't know left, they don't know right. They have a forward button and they have a backward button. So, backward, good. So, chat, ask me, how much mechanical prowess, can you guys see my mouse, does it take, if you know, predictively, you know where they're going, to do this? How much aim does that take? Or better yet, you don't even have to move your mouse. Use your keys and hold your mouse still. Okay, so watch this. We know where she's going. How many head crits was that? Chat, was that just Bobby has the most amazing aim in the world? Or is that someone being really, 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 really predictable in the open? This is for every single person that is plat and lower. You are overthinking your aim. You are overthinking your aim. If you use your brain more than overthinking your aim and you ask yourself, where are they and where are they going? You are going to land significantly more of your pew pew bullets. They are at point A and they are going to point C. Somewhere in between at point B is where you cut them off. Because if there's natural cover here and they're going to the next spot of natural cover here, if you start shooting at them here, they're safe and you can't kill them. If you wait until they get to here, they're safe and you can no longer kill them. If you look to start shooting them when they're in between, they now have two options. Either go back to where they came from, nearest source of cover, or stay in the open and die. Exactly, Damon. That's a very good example. Hashtag brain diff. Okay. At least 3 hits. That was a lot of crits because they were just walking backwards in a straight line. And Bobby, does that take a lot of aim to do? Hell no. This is why I said you were about to absolutely schlong.com this lobby. You were... These people have families. No, we'll talk about some of the stuff more specifically, what I like and what I don't like. No, we stopped moving the cart there. There I would have just guaranteed the cap, but that's fine. There we go. We noticed it. We're fine. We just had 4 people that forgot to move the cart. That's wild. I try to be fancy? No, that's fine. The part I care about is whether or not you know to make sure that the point caps, not about whether or not you land that full spawn. It looks cool, but that's not improvement. If you land it, good job, but that's not why I'm here. If that Genji gets a kill, I will be shocked. Yeah. You're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get arrested. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. There were less stompy games earlier in the morning. And you're good, Bobby. And this is not me being upset with you in any way, shape, or form. In any way, shape, or form. What this right here, this is unironically really good evidence as to why unranked GMs are not educational at all. It's because right now, it's not even that you're outsmarting and making better plays against people of your skill level, and that's how you're showing progress and prowess and good habits and stuff. This is just you're shitting on people that don't even have headphones. You know? Like genuinely, you don't even need to have like your positioning can be meh. Your game sense can be meh. Like just straight up, these are people walking in straight lines. If you're just aware enough to just go, dead, dead, blink, dead, then it's enough. I'm upset the game's rank placement. Yeah, this shit's wild. You're playing right now. I would say you're at least a high plat tracer. Mm-hmm. I don't know about all this. Okay, so now this is where we're getting into the. Now I'm starting to see it. Okay. So this is where things get a little bit interesting. What I'm noticing is you're only favoring one side of the map. And you're also kind of like, do I go in? Do I not go in? People are looking at me. How do I not? Let me ask you a crazy question. Crazy question, Bobby. When you're on attack and you're going for an Ana and you blink past her, what does that make her do? She either looks at you or she dies, right? Because you're taking an off angle. You're drawing her aggro to where she has to choose either she keeps healing her team or doing whatever she was doing, or she now has to find you and try to fight you off, otherwise she dies, right? Turn around. Okay, so what if I told you this crazy, crazy idea that if you are able to get behind them and make them turn around, don't give that up. You know? What is stopping you from blinking to get to here and harassing the BAP? We'll be mindful of the Hanzo respawning behind this. That's absolutely fine. You know, what's stopping us from going here? Harassing the BAP, harassing the Orisa. You know, if we do get pressured or shot at, what's stopping us from double blinking across from here? Maybe playing even over here. Making them look over this way. What's stopping us? Nothing. So Bobby, what I notice a lot of players on defense do, especially when they're playing flanking or dive characters, they forget that it's the same way on attack. If there's space that is open and there's space that you can occupy, don't be afraid to. Every single map in this game, based off of where the objective is progressing, even the new like Servasa map for the flashpoint, there's going to be 3 like lanes. A10, for example, says lanes. I also like that term, so I use it as well. But there's a main lane that the payload goes down, and there's going to be on the one on the left, and there's going to be one on the right. Most players in this elo, or even in like even plat and diamond players do it, is they only stay in that one lane. And there's all these whole new world, like all this amazing other stuff you could also be interacting with. So don't be afraid to just go, I can go there and I can get closer. So try not to find yourself hugging one lane the entire time. Realize you have other options. Hey, Chirke. Jó napot. Boldog karácsony. You worry about a different side from the rest of the team. And the more often you can do that, Bobby, it's the exact same thing that you're doing when you off angle on attack. It's the same thing. You're just doing it on defense. There's space. It's free. It's open. I can make them look at me, or if they don't, they die. Hell yeah. That's mine. I'm taking it. 110%. Hopefully that makes sense, though. Like right here, go behind them. We went for the Sojourn. Look at this. Perfect. We're on this side now. Look at this. Look at this. We're creating, this is called crossfire, chat. Oh, that thing should fit in your briefcase. The Brig should kill you 110%, but she doesn't because you're better. Or she's not good, for lack of a better word. And the Cassie doesn't punish you either because they're not good. Good for you for not being greedy. Good for you. Like right there, you should be dead. Why? You engaged in a Brig without your recall, and they're outside their spawn. This is why unranked GMs are not educational. You should have been absolutely tickle, schlong, just wiped off the map. Tell me with the gifted. Hey, Storm. Welcome back, Shirka. Hogy vagy? But does that make sense, Bobby? And you and I can talk about full dives and half dives and stuff like that, but yeah, I get away with a lot of dumb stuff most of the time. Blah, 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 blah. You're an example of someone where I'm really looking forward to the MMR reset because you should not be down here in any way, shape, or form. If you just played more games this as well as you're doing right now, I have no doubts whatsoever that you'll be climbing rather quickly, or at least you should be, because this is a little bit ridiculous. Anytime I die, it's even more dumb. That's wild. Okay. I'm hesitant to make a point. You know what? I'm going to do it because this will help you in your diamond lobbies. All right, Bobby. So what you just did, where you triggered the Venom line, and this is where I'm going to nitpick, but this is hopefully something I can put into your head, Bobby, and it'll make you consider in other characters. But it's especially really important on when you're trying to talk about hold space and giving up space. Tracer is part of this. So the Venom mine triggered you taking damage. And as a result of the Venom mine, you used 3 blinks, gave up position to go get a mini in order to get healed, and maintain the space that you were in. So the best way of looking at this, and this is what we talk about efficiency, my cake layering system, which again, we're going to be putting on YouTube so you guys can think about this. This falls under that layer, is when we talk about efficiency. Hey, ZTX, appreciate you. You have two options. You have to consider what is going to be the most effective play there. Do you either A, use your recall, which will stop the damage from happening, or do you blink away, get the health pack, and then get back to the spot you were in? My best answer, or best way of looking for the correct answer, is this. What will take you longer? Waiting for the cooldown to come back that lets you hold space, or giving up the position and then returning to it? Right? If I'm playing Kiriko and I just drop down, get healed by my other support, and wall climb back up, that's faster than cleansing myself and then waiting for cleanse to come back, right? If I'm playing Ana or I'm playing BAP, because I know that I think it was Damon that talked about wanting to learn BAP. If I'm playing Ana and for whatever reason I have to drop from the high ground, it will take me longer as Ana to get back up there, versus with BAP, I can drop and then I just jump right back up there with a passive. Recall's a long cooldown. I just didn't want to use it if I didn't need to. That's what I'm saying though, Bobby. That's something to kind of consider. So depending on where you are, if you get put in a situation like this where you need to leave and give up space, you have to consider what's going to take me more time, getting back to where I am now or giving up a cooldown in order to hold. This counts if you're playing tank. My tank players, this should sound very familiar. Is it more worth it for me to give up space or use a cooldown in order to keep that space held? Same thing with support, same thing with tank, same thing with DPS. This was just a nice opportunity to kind of talk about that with Tracer. Now in this elo where nothing happens, you have all the time in the world. It's craziness. That Widow just shot 9 times. Oh, Blizzard. Oh, Blizzard. I'm eating my chips. I'm eating my chips. Jacob, I want you to coach this one. Was the answer use recall? I'm saying it depends. If it was a higher elo thing, I would say use recall and then hold. Because then they might even actually end up pushing you, which means you can pull aggro. But in this elo, there's not really a right or wrong answer because he literally used 4 blinks to grab a mini, got back into position, and no one noticed. I don't even think the Widow noticed, who was the one that used the Venom Mines. Damon, we might. I think Knock here is one of our tank players. Winston? Yeah, Winston. This is crazy. Bobby Joe. Full clip plus melee with Tracer will kill a turret. Full clip plus melee. Full clip plus turret into recall. Or full clip plus melee into recall kills it. Several things. Knock, if you give me a video where you absolutely rolled them, I'll tell you you rolled them, but I will tell you whether or not it's because of everything you're doing or because you got carried. So if you're cool with that, me calling you out and saying you were either the carry or the carried, I will do that for you. And then we can go over what the difference is and what you should be doing differently. If you give us one where you get absolutely shitted and stomped, there is a higher likelihood to kind of prepare you for those things. Even if it's a video where you just keep walking into the open and getting headshot by a widow over and over and over again, there's probably several things going on. Number one, we're not aware of where the widow is. We're failing to regroup. We're not taking any precautionaries. We're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So, Knock, I want you to look at it this way. Whatever you think is the closest thing to an example of a VOD where you feel like you did your very best and you don't know what you could have done better, whether it is a win or a loss. A video where you feel like you did your very best and you genuinely don't know what you could have done better. That is the best example. What do I want for Christmas? I want Deanna to be okay. I don't know what the hell to do against a hog. I don't know how to kill a hog, so I'm going to use the one that he's in. As a tank, Sigma, Zarya, Diva, Resurgis, ringing, going hog. I think that counterplay is significantly stronger. I should play more likely when I get around where I'm supposed to be. You'll see me get stomped and we can do that VOD. Hopefully get some close games. Bobby, I'm looking forward to it. Winston is for life. Winston against Hog is not really that difficult. It just depends on what you have in front of you. Okay, so this right here. Let's talk about this last fight. So we are engaged. We're getting some picks. Here you said that you were feeling lost, right? Okay. So, Bobby, three things. Number one, where is the cart? It's very close to capping, right? That's number one. That's the information that we need. Number two, Bobby, how many people on your team do you need within vicinity of the cart to keep it from capping? Of course, assuming that there's someone in the enemy team trying to cap it. How many people do you need contesting the cart in order to stop it from moving? One. Very good. Number three, are you the best case scenario person to be standing on the cart? Or are you the only if I absolutely have to person to be standing on the cart? No, you were probably the only if I absolutely have to category, right? So, number one, how close is it? Do I even have to worry about it? Yes, I do. Cool. Number two, is there already one person on the cart, regardless if it's the best person to be or not to be? Yes, there is. Cool. I don't have to be on the cart. Number three, put yourself in a position where you can see the enemy team and the objective in case you do need to put yourself in a touch. Bada bing, bada boom. That's where you should be standing. Any of these little cubbies. Any of these little cubbies. There's one. There's two. There's three. Any of these things with cover, you can actually look to see what you're looking at, get a game plan, and start cooking, my doggy. You could even be right. What? Sorry. There we go. Right there. For there's four options. Does that make sense? Against a hog sitting on high ground, pocketed with a widow? Yes. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that. Yeah, it does. I was nervous and lot. Bobby, you good? You're chilling. What this is showing is that your comfortability on Tracer is not as good as your main role, but your brain is still expanded to the point where you're making better decisions than a normal silver player. So you're diamond and support, so you make better decisions closer to a diamond. The only thing that hasn't caught up with the rest of the diamondness that is you is the character specific that you're playing, so that your entire what you should be doing looks different, and that's why it ends up being foreign, and you have a difficult time connecting the two and saying that, hey, how are these similar, how are these the same? Delicious. That was nice. Nice, knock. They don't even notice you. Nice. Tommy. Okay. So, hopefully that makes sense, Bobby. I try to get as much value out of this VOD for you as I possibly could. Again, the only times I saw us making silly mistakes was because we were making silly mistakes. But for the rest of it, you are absolutely rolling, and it's for no other reason other than you know more about the pace of the game. If you are playing at the pace of a diamond player and you get put into a lobbies with a bunch of silvers, I'm sorry, Blizzard, but that's not balanced. That's not good matchmaking. If your off roll is diamond and you're playing on a current roll that's silver, that's not the same thing as playing against someone else whose main role is also silver. It just isn't. And Rage, I did see you, by the way. Hello, hello. Hopefully that makes sense. Bobby, that was a treat, though. Again, I appreciate you showing love and support on the YouTube side of things. Mm-hmm. Did you have any questions or complaints to management? You're very, very welcome, Bobby. Thank you again. Let me take a look at the listing, Rage, but I think we'll have time. We have several of y'all that want to do VODs today. Thank you, Bobby. All right, let's see what we have. Okay. So real quick, yeah, Rage out here with the money. The 20K one is really nice, guys. If any of y'all are like participate in a scrim, or if you have like a duo that you're playing comp with and you want to like know like, hey, how can we play off of each other? How can we make plays off of each other more? Like, how's our awareness if we're making plays with? That's what that's for. So if you have a duo that you're playing with, and like let's say you're both playing dive characters, and you're like, hey, how do we get better at diving together? That's a perfect example of what that's for. I got to go to work with an hour. Rage, I will see what we can do, but people are waiting in line. Knock was next, so we'll see how long Knox takes. If we're unable to get to you today, Rage, there is always the future, but I will make sure that if you were unable to get to you, that your points do get refunded. Don't worry. Yes, Astro, thank you very much. But I do believe Knock is next. All right, Knock, you know how this works. When I get higher up, Bobby, I'm excited. I'm waiting for it. Okay, so Knock, is this in the Discord or are you dropping it in the chat? I do believe I see it in the Discord. Okay. So we have here, this is a bronze 1 quick play game. Tank is Winston. I need help going against Hog. I won't spoil the end, but my god, I don't know what the hell happened. Okay. Let's see what you got, Knock. Hey, Minna. Good to see you. I hope you and your family are having a wonderful Christmas or actually holiday, Hanukkah. I don't think you were here when we talked about Minna. I don't know what you celebrate. Well, happy holidays. And I hope Sneezy Husband is happy. I hope the Fluffles are happy. And I hope you're enjoying your Steam Deck. I stopped playing scrims because of how awfully toxic unfair it is, at least in my experience. I'm on console and I use Zim or mouse and keyboard and flame the hell out of us. Yeah, Damon. I think that console zimming is pretty bad. Oh, actually, Damon, you might really enjoy this. Yesterday, we reacted to the rank 1 console DPS player NA. That reaction video is going to go on YouTube this week. Keep an eye out for that. His name is I think his name is Daruk. But very nice montage. It had Soldier and Ash primarily, but yeah, number 1 peak rank 1 NA on console for DPS. Really, really awesome. And he seems like a nice person. They joined the community. They have a sub and they're hanging out. They were commenting on stuff. They were very, very cool. But that might be something you enjoyed in. Garuk? Yes. Tommy, thank you. I celebrate life? Yas. Hey, Pretender. There was so much at the end. All right, let's see what you got here, Knock. Okay. Look up for that. Okay, so Knock, you are Big T. Now, Knock, once upon a time when we did the very first VOD with you, I noticed that you weren't playing with headphones, you were playing with a speaker. I know that you have a little bit of an ear situation going on. Were you able to get yourself a headset that was comfortable for you, or are we still playing on speaker? Yeah, some people say that zimming isn't cheating. You're using a device or service that is circumventing a limitation that the average player is not supposed to have access to, and that's why aim assist exists. So if you were to play with that with no aim assist, what in the shit, Knock? That would be a slightly different argument, but it's cheating. Yeah, basically. You're giving yourself an advantage that other players do not naturally have an access to because of a program or a piece of equipment. Okay. Okay. Knock, I'm going to do something for you. And Damon, this is also going to be something kind of special for you. This is a new channel point reward that we're going to be adding to the channel, and I'm going to show you guys what it is. So, Knock, ready? You were specifically talking about the Hog versus Winston matchup, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bobby, basically. You were talking about the whole flowchart time. We're about to flowchart the shit out of this. For the people that were here yesterday, I want y'all to help out if you'd like. Right? Knock. If we take a look at Winton, we take a look at Hog. Right? So we have effective range. We have cooldowns. And we have mobility. Basically, this is based off of movement, this is based off of resources, and this is based off of uptime. All three are very important in this game. So, Winston versus Hog. And this can be done on any character chat that you guys want, any character. It doesn't have to be tank and tank. It could be tank and support, support to DPS, DPS to tank. Doesn't matter. 2 DPS characters, 2 tank players, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so real quick, what is Winston's effective range? Knock. Hit me with it. Actually, chat, anybody, shout it out, or type it out. Winston's effective range. Close range, long range, middle range. Which one is it? Close. The answer is close. Yes. So Winston gets a C for close. Hog, close, middle, long. Hit me with it. Close to middle. Very good. Nice. So close and middle. Okay. Cooldowns. Winston's cooldowns versus Hog's cooldowns. Which ones are better? Or in terms of one versus the other one? If Winston uses his cooldowns versus Hog, is it more or less valuable than Hog using his cooldowns versus Winston? True, Knock, but we're looking at the overall most common effective range. Yes, you technically can exist in other situations, like Widow, for example. Widow's primarily a long range-ish character, but the SMG can be decent at mid to close ranges, but primarily she's a who's win Monkey. Sorry, Minna, forgive me. Monkey. Okay, close to me. Hook exists. Hook is a range, close with primary, but it's secondary is gonna be. Winston jump, fast cooldown. Winston, who's Winston? I only know Winton. Winton goes Zoomy. Now, chat, think about this. And Walker, you were really good about this before. Between Winton's cooldowns and Hog's cooldowns, which one of them has the advantage playing into each other, or even playing around each other in terms of the map? Like if Winston tries to go do something, can Hog do more to stop him, or if Hog goes to do something, can Winston stop him? Who has the advantage? Astral says Hog, Damon says Hog. Hog can stop Winston. Okay. Let me put it this way. A Hog can hook a Winston, displacing him, stopping him mid-jump. Sure, whatever. Okay. What can Winston do versus Hog? He can shield, block hook. He can break the trap pretty easily because he's got the cleave damage. He can outmaneuver the Hog, bait cooldowns. Primal is displace. Hog's ultimate has displace. Winston can avoid Hog though. True Walker. Monkey can disengage easily. There we go. See, now we're thinking less linearly, or chat. We're thinking about different scenarios. We're not just thinking rock, paper, scissors, because that's not how this game works. So what I'm getting at is this, is that both of the cooldowns have value and ways of interrupting and disabling each other. So this ends up being actually maybe a slight advantage to Hog if you think about it linearly, but overall it becomes a skill diff. If Winston goes against Hog straight up and only tries to just out damage him, then yes, he's going to lose to the Hog. But in terms of cooldowns, we call this a skill diff. Comes down to who's using their cooldowns better. Mobility. Which one of these characters has better mobility capabilities? Keep in mind that displacing counts as a mobility factor. So Hog's hook, because you're able to move something from one point to another. A Doomfist punch, because you're able to force moving one thing to another spot, or ball booping people from one spot to another, that counts and is factored into mobility. So between Hog and Winston, which one has the mobility advantage? Mm-hmm. Walker, you are correct. Skill diff. So why is it that people say that Hog is good against Winston, but Hog is not a hard counter of Winston? It's because, and why is it that there's amazing Winston players that can embarrass Hog players? Why is that? Because it's a skill diff. So if we look at effective range, advantage goes towards the Hog player, right? He can play in more ranges than the Winston can, at least more consistently. Skill diff means we have a tie, and mobility also means we have a tie. So what does that mean? That means in 2 of the 3 situations where you're playing against a Hog, you are going to be able to diff him, quote unquote, but it's going to require you being smarter when using your cooldowns and abusing mobility. However, it also means that in most interactions where we're talking about effective ranges that deal with damage, we are going to be losing those statistically more often than not. So what that tells us is that if we are ever going to fight a Hog directly, we need to make sure we have mobility options, and we need to make sure we have our cooldowns in order to actually have a chance. But if we are going to fight them in the neutral, meaning that it's just going to be trading damage, we are going to be at a disadvantage. So what we want to do is we want to avoid trading neutrally with their tank because of the poor matchup in favor of the hog. And if we ever do have to interact with the hog in a direct sense, we need to do it when we have cooldowns, and we need to do it when we have our mobility. Does that make sense, Nock? And Damon, this is also for you as a tank player. Picking counter isn't as effective as we normally think. Picking counters can be effective, but the reason though I do coaching this way is because I would rather have you guys understand why. Because if there's a diva and you go Zarya and you still get shitted on, and you go, but diva counters Zarya, well, then why didn't you shit on the diva? It's because you didn't understand why, and you didn't know what points of pressure to poke. Midna, I just saw it. They're off when we do the third person screen thing because I'm coach. One VOD for the community also went to Min. Hey, Guruk, we were just bragging about you, Guruk. This is the DPS player from console. Several things are happening. Nock and Damon, I hope you understand the concept. Midna, thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate your face. And Guruk, welcome. Thank you, Midna. Thank you. I like the emote, by the way. But does this make sense for Nock and for Damon? We're saying yes, and we're saying definitely. Delicious. So hopefully that makes sense. We know that in this matchup, there's the twerking Pikachu. In this matchup, we're going to lose the matchup directly more often than not. So if and only if we ever have to deal with the hog directly, we're going to do it when we have cooldowns and we're able to use our mobility. Okay? Now, we're going back to the main screen, and I'm going to do this for Midna because I want to hear it. Ready? Wait for it.
One VOD for the community. Also Winton.
There we go. I heard it. Thank you so much, Midna. I appreciate the support. It was very nice of you. Thank you. Hey, little bro. You're the... Oh, see, we already have friendship happening. Okay. So, Nock, the big thing we're going to be paying attention here. I really appreciate the hell out of you guys. I got to go. Take care. Damon, good luck. Be safe. Winton 5 ever. True. So let's see what you got. Why we bubble? Nock, why we bubble? Okay. All right, Knockeford Jackson the third. I want you to look at me, looking at you, looking at you, looking at me. So we bubbled. Why did we bubble? We're gonna take a step at a time. Why did we bubble? Why did we go? Widow looking at supports. Okay. So what that is, that's an example of stopping the widow from being able to shoot them from where she currently is. Is there any other way you can think of to make the widow stop being able to kill your supports? You can't ask your support players, excuse me, stop peeking them. What could you do to make it so that the widow who is standing here cannot shoot the squishies that are standing here? Knock, that was worded perfectly. Force her to rotate. You force her out of the LOS that she's getting value of. Yes. Now, Tommy said poke, Astral said poke, Walker said jump. How do I know that Walker is the highest elo of the people that just responded? Because what is the thing that we literally just went over right here, chat? What is the thing that we literally just went over in terms of what is Winston's effective range? Winton jump. Thank you, pizza. Also, number 2, knock. Are we more likely to survive and do awesomeness if we use our cooldowns once we dive or before we dive? Put it simple. Was that bubble maybe better to be used after we dove, or is it better to leave behind us and then we don't have it once we've already dove? So do we bring the bubble with us or do we leave the bubble behind? After we dove. Good. That's all I wanted to say. Boom. Now, I want you to watch this knock. That's 1. That's 2. Thank God your Hanzo got it. That's 3 picks. That's 4 picks. And now we've realized, hey, my team's dead. I now need to back up because there's no one following me. So knock, based on that perspective I just watched, and that is information that is not my Han Jojo is in my friend, he's in plat. I'm pretty sure he wants to squeeze you right now because he's having to fight a pocketed widow from low ground with no help from the tank whatsoever. That's your duo. That's your buddy. You want to get good so that you and your duo can improve and climb together. Do you feel like there's anything you could have been doing differently during that fight other than standing on payload? What do you think you could have been doing to go, hey, my Hanzo is shooting at something. I can help with that. What should you have done differently? Go into their team. Remember that widow you were talking about? Force her back. Pressure her back. We notice that the widow is a problem, so we have to deal with her. Exactly. A lot of players, what they'll do is like they go, hey, the Pharah Mercy's doing a lot. Team, do something. No, ask yourself, what can you do about it? He wasted his hook. He could have forced them out of the high ground. Guruk, that's a fantastic idea, yes. This is why keeping a track of cooldowns, keeping a track of who is where, how can we force them out? How can we make them rotate? Force them into very vulnerable positions. The reason that people talk about tanks can make space, but no one ever explains what making space is, that's what making space is. It can be done in any character. Tanks just have a little bit more in terms of direct options to do it, and their kits tend to be able to do that a little bit more consistently than the DPS and the support roles. You could argue that some supports are really amazing at taking space and creating space on a nade, What happens if you throw an ononade into a group of people? You think they're going to stay where they are? Hell no. They scatter like roaches. That's technically making space. So it looks different on different characters. Jump on Widow, poop on Widow, gets slowed. So Knock, I want you asking yourself not where is the cart, but how can I play for the team fight, not for the objective? Because like 90% of players play for the objective, but they do it just by standing on it. You win the objective by playing for the team fight, and because once the team fight is won, the objective is either A, being moved during, or it moves for free after. So AV are my initials, Astral. My name is Attila Varju. So Attila Varju, AV. Play for space, not for picks. Yeah. If you prioritize putting yourself in a good spot, again, we use that very bare bones move info elims, move info elims. You move to get info, which leads to elims. If you can't get the elims, you need to move again, or if you don't have an information, you should still be moving. So you move until you get info, who, what, where, what can you hear, what can you see, until that leads to elims, and then you repeat the cycle. Who or move info elims, move info elims, move info elims. You get people to look at you and not your small Anna. That's another women. Mm-hmm. Shit. All right. The Widow's shooting stuff. Where are we going? We went back into spawn. Knock. No respect. Don't stare at her. Ready, Knock? Where do I want you to go? From here to there, are you going to be able to shoot them? No. Where do I want you to go instead, Knock? Talk to me, Knock. Come on, talk to me. We're going to stretch that brain. Who's the duo? It is Pains Ballin, the Genji. They were on Hanzo before. In their face, how? This is where we talk about pathing, Knock. What is the most efficient and effective way to path where you are and where you're going? Let me show you this way. And this is going to be crazy, but I think you're really going to enjoy this. Watch this schnipple. Okay. In their face, jump. Because if you jump main in their face, you're going to take a bunch of damage and maybe you get poked out and forced to use cooldowns early. So instead, here's what I offer. Instead of going, because this is point A, this is where you're currently standing. You're at A, and this is B. We've established this is B. What is the most efficient way to get from point A to point B? It's not going to be in a straight line, which sounds counterintuitive. Instead, look to see where these people are. Best thing he can do is push the point, bait the hog to touch point, and jump to squishy on the high ground. Perhaps. But here's the thing, that will get him minimal movement, and that's him playing for the payload, Guruk. That's not him playing for the fight win. Right now, he's had 6 elims off of the enemy Widow, schlonging his backline, who is unable to do anything other than walk down this line. Because in this elo, people don't understand that you don't have to do this. You can go over here. You can go around. You can go up here. So you have to play for what's in front of you. In higher elo, maybe. But if people don't know better, you have to be the you have to be the smartest person in the lobby. You have to carry your team to success. So instead, you path this way to where now they have to choose. Do I look over here or do I look main where my people are coming out of spawn? This is a shorter distance. You're able to more immediately land here. And then you basically hold the space. You can use your bubble. Wait for your leap to come back. And if you need to, you can drop. Consider all lanes. Yes. The amount of people that only go one lane, and that's where the payload goes, is very, very silly. because there's more than one lane in this game. It'd be a waste not to consider the other ones. So Nock, does that make sense? I want you to look of how can I get closer to them without taking damage so that either A, I don't have to use my cooldowns, B, I take as little damage as possible, or C, I only use my cooldowns and I get to choose. Me as Nock, the Winton player, I get to choose when I'm going in. Because if you stand there and you keep getting shot in the face and you're going to go, where's my healing? You're going to just stand there until you get healed back up to full health, but we haven't moved. Wouldn't they just keep shooting you and you're just going to get in this vicious cycle of shot in the face, heal me, shot in the face, heal me? Oh, Sombra's killing my backline. Oh, they're dead and now I'm dead too. Why aren't they off angling? Gurak, this is lower elo. This is bronze 1 and it's a quick play game. I coach all ranks. I coach bronze 5 to rank 5. I do everything. I do contenders and lower. I don't do OWL or semi-pro. I do tier 2 and lower for contenders. So I coach anyone and everyone. So that's the best way I can kind of look at that Nock. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got. Mm-hmm. And this is a very defensively favored map. It's possible because Nock is playing with his friend who's in plat. It's very possible that there's some plat players in this lobby. Or they've watched enough YouTube. Would I ever coach tier 1? I would coach individual players to tier 1, but would I like commit to doing like a tier 1 like coaching position? If it was paid, I would need to look at what the contract is, and I would also need to know what the parameters were. Would I need to move to a certain location, or would it be done entirely online? Because once you do get to that next step, like whatever ends up replacing Overwatch League, sometimes they want coaches to be there with the teams, housed with the teams. And that's something that it would need to be it would be a very big decision, Sleeper. I'll put it that way. I'm this good on Winston. Atlas also does one-on-one coaching, can help you find the right sense. You can click those heads. Thank you, Minna. True, we do have an aim analysis program as well. It's only for PC players at the moment. I don't have one for. Do you become coach, then retire and become a caster? Deanna, as long as I can do it from Canada, maybe. I think the real reason is this, is if Iku needs to be walked or Iku needs a treat, I don't want to be too far away. Sorry, I'm on a lot of drugs. Ban me if I'm needed. Probably not going to happen. For the new people, this is Deanna. Remember, I only have 3 rules. No toxicity towards other people in the chat. If someone comes into the chat and they're trolling, I'm good, guys. You don't have to defend me. Just let my mods or myself take care of it. And number 3, nothing bad against Deanna or anything to stress her out. Those are the only 3 rules. This is the Deanna that I'm talking about. So nothing to stress her out and nothing bad against her. That should include 2 heroes. There's just one. No, Minna, it can be. So it's not character exclusive. It's done and it's for you to be able to use for anything. And what it does is it gives you a really nice starting point to where you can then expand. And we also go over basics of how to aim properly in this game. But you can then use it for other games. You can use it in CS. You can use it for Apex. You can use it for whatever. It's meant to be based on any prior injuries or physical limitations you have. You also have anyone that maybe has a certain kind of setup. It's also good because sometimes you have more mouse space, less mouse space, this kind of gear, that kind of gear, this kind of mouse, that kind of mouse. It's for everything. C1, I'll let him coach me. Right on, Gurak. Looking forward to it. Anywho. So, let's continue this forward. There we go. There's the jump. We get aggressive, we pressure. I love this. I love that. Why do I love that so much, Knock? Is instead of poking at them with the right click, we're up in their faces. We're looking to get that damage. We're looking to farm the ultimate. We're in there. Rar. That's right. Melee. Grr. You are scary. Don't ult. Don't ult. Don't ult. Don't ult. Don't ult. Good. Don't ult. Don't ult. Bubble it off. Bubble it off. Fight him. No? Okay. Their hog is terrible. Let's see what you got. Very nice. Okay. Now, have you tried the finals? The who? Knock, here's a question for you. And chat, you can also chime in. Knock, we've just finished a fight. What should we be doing? We have three options. Number one, we take space forward. Number two, we go back to the payload. Or number three, we start emoting. What are our options? One, take space forward, set up for the next fight. Two, stand on payload. Or three, start emoting. Very nice. It's really fun. I'll look into it. Minna, is it free? I knew Pizza was going to say emoting. I knew it. Push up emoting is tempting though. Atlas learning from me. Number one, good. So Knock, which one do you think you do here? Three, thank you, Rage. Ah! You were... Come on. Come on. Come... But Knock, here's the thing though. I know you're awesome. You know you're awesome. You literally answered the question, so you know the answer. Is it not a little silly that you know what to do, but then you don't do it? Don't be me. Don't be me. I know what to do, and yet I'm distracted by this, and I'm thinking about that pretty girl with the freckles in Canada. Like I distract myself, you know? So it's a thing. I don't want y'all to a minute. It's free. I'm gonna look it up after this. What is it called? The final? I'm gonna give it a Google. The hack scared me. Fuck them. Knock, you are a ferocious gladiator sent from the stars of yonder. You are a warrior of Mars. You have heroism in your veins. You are a devastatingly delicious, destructive deity. Rar. You are Winton. Fuck the hack. The pretty girl in Canada distracting me too. I'm a warrior of Lunar Colony. Yeah, you are. So go be a warrior. Oh, we're flanking. Oh. So Knock, I like what we're trying to cook with. May I offer a suggestion? Hear me out. We move, we got some information. I'm cool with this. Now watch this. Ready? We have a couple things in front of us. Hear me out. Knock, but okay. But here, you guys are thinking way too micro. You guys are thinking about, oh, my juggle needs to be better. You're overcomplicating it. Instead of ulting in, hear me out, jump in and go for maybe a zap melee squish combo to burst something low, maybe force some cooldowns reactively. Like all this, I want you to pay attention to your health right here. That's about to go even after you primal. Watch this, ready, real quick. 1050, 900, 800, 700. Down to 6, down to 5, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and you are out with 80 health. Okay? So what I offer as a different possible course of action. How about this? Use your cooldowns first. Leap in, bubble something off, mitigate some damage. Your Genji has just used deflect. The damage boost Bastion is currently using turret form. Any damage you can maybe mitigate could be kind of nice, and maybe you force a Life Weaver pedal, or they panic pull because they're Platin silly. Maybe you force Mercy to Guardian Angel. Maybe you do some nice damage in the beginning, and then you primal, and your initial swipe actually gets a kill. You know? So what I'm seeing is use some of my regular health first and your regular cooldowns. You can jump and bubble the one before primal. Yes, Gurok, that's what we're looking for. So I want you to think about primal as like, okay, this is something cool, but it's additive. You have other cooldowns outside of your ultimate, the same way the hog. The hog can just whole hog, or he can pop ult, but he can also use breather during. He can hook you in and then use ultimate to basically do a bunch of damage to your face. How many times have you seen a hog player use their ultimate and they just hold down the button and they let their health go low, 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 low until they die? They have a literal self heal, or they push something too far away. They could easily hook it and then keep ulting and they kill them, but instead they're just holding it. It's the same thing. The way that ults work in this game is that once you use them, a lot of these tanks can do other things as either follow up or leading up to them. And Winston's no exception. POV, me on Hog. Min is just like, Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hand. Just having so much fun. Does that make sense though, Minna? Or sorry, Knock. So leap in, use your shield, use your slam, use your right click, Tesla tickle a little bit, something, and then if you must, or you want to get a follow-up smack kill, you know, if they're full health and you smack them, if they already get down to half and you primal and smack them, you might even get a pick right off the back, and that's awesome. It looked like what you were going for was to knock them off the map. That's not really likely here, but being able to use it for follow-up damage for a kill and adding to your survivability while forcing cooldowns, that's pretty valuable, and that looks a lot more consistent to me. The second value mercy healing is just broken, more or less. We want to use our ultimates to complement our ability to get kills. Just moving people around without an actual game plan, kind of rough, you know what I'm saying? Like, the most valuable thing we did there is we forced out some cooldowns long enough to where we got deflect back as Genji. That's about it, though. So the value that we just did for there, we took our ultimate, which would have been high value potential, and we got bare minimum value out of it. So that's what we call a very poor return on investment. He can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly. Okay. Watch this. Bastion, turret form, hook is scary. Knock, I want you to go here and then keep poking. You can use your right click poke, and then once you have your cooldowns back, you can look for a dive. What is the difference, chat, between if you're here and you go dive versus going here first and then dropping into them? What is the difference? Knock, this is very big if you can answer this. This is very, very big. Spectrum chat, I'm going to rank up a bit, work on things you taught. No, Bobby, I appreciate you being here. Good luck. I'm glad I was able to help today. Thank you, thank you. Force their attention off team. What else, Tommy? I know you know this one. Tommy, you play a little bit slightly less dive heroes, but this is still very, very important. What is the difference between going straight into them, a full dive, versus a half dive? Some other coaches call it hard dive versus soft dive. I don't, because of the that's what she said. Jokes are just way too easy, so I don't say that. I say full and half. Spilo calls it staging. Jake, who does coaching, calls it setup. There's a bunch of different terms for it. You get to set up first. Yes, Walker. So if I go as Winton, right? Set up pre-poke. You're setting up your dive. So knock. If I do this and I leap straight into them, I now don't have my leap if something goes to shit and they're already looking at me, which means from the very moment that I peek my head to the moment and the distance I'm flying through the air, landing here, I am taking damage in theory the entire time. My health pool, as wonderfully generous by Blizzard has given me, my 367 health, is going to be gone faster than you can say yeehaw, little doggy. Monkey Reaper Rush would be very good versus their Hog and Bastion Life Reaper. Monkey Reaper Rush? Gurak, I write compositions for a living. I've never heard of Monkey Reaper Rush. What patch are you talking about? There used to be one, but that was like season 3? Yeah, season 3. There you go. Yeah, I'm about to say season 3. There was also one where you had like Reaper as main tank with Zarya as off tank. That was pretty wild. Yeah, season 3, I would say. But yeah, that hasn't been viable for a while. There's too much shit that messes up Monkey. Monkey is actually unplayable right now because Mauga's overtuned. Relevant in your Discord. You watch it? Not yet, Ryan. I have not seen it yet. But it's bronze, so it should work. Fuck it. Anyway, so Knock, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put you on high ground first. Again, remember that first point where we get you closer, and then from there you can make a choice. Because Knock, if you're on high ground, if you want to put yourself right here, do you have to use your leap button? I like how Flat said Winton is the most OP tank. Flats is a good tank player. He is not a coach. I will say that. There's a very big difference between a coach and a player, and that's where I'm going to leave that before I start stepping on toes. With monkeys, just so we can with Hog is meta. You know, a lot of skill to play monkey. That's why he doesn't do coaching vids. No, you just fall down under their team. Exactly. Knock. But does that make sense? If you jump up here, and now you have your shield and your leap. And this is what we talk about being smart with resources. If I stand up here first, I have bubble, I have leap. Here, I can drop into them. I'm where I need to be for my effective range. And then from there, I can use my bubble. And if things get hairy, I can leap out. I can go to somewhere else. And then I can set up for the next dive again. Versus, if I am here, I have to leap in, use my other bubble immediately, and then I'm either forced to use my ultimate or I just die. Yes, but Jane has had a lot of mental health stuff that I'm glad he's getting better. Egg Sanguine. A leap of faith, exactly. Knock, does that make sense? Don't be afraid to set up your dives. High ground is your friend. Set up your dive, and then go for it. Helps you save your cooldowns so that you need them, but when you need them, you'll actually have them. How are you? Ça va bien. See, because now you're in, but you are literally what I just said. You're in, and you just instantly just, you know. I tend to do that with Diva. What I'm saying is, if you have them, you can either engage or you can disengage, but you can't do both, right, Minna? So based on what's in front of you, am I more likely to have to go, oh shit, I need to get out? Or do I have the freedom of going, once I'm in there, I don't really have anything to worry about? Sometimes that is what characters are in the enemy team or what cooldowns you're going up against. If Bastion doesn't have turret, you can play a little bit less oh shit. But if he does have turret, you have to play a little bit more oh shit. Fist it. Fist it. Fist it. Good fisting. Hey, your friend fisted it. Good job. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see what you got. Oh, ho, ho. See, Nock, you have these moments where you're doing the thing where you were like, I got low, I went to high ground, I got my health back, then you went in for the next target. So Nock, you're already showing this. Like you're like your brain is contemplating it. And this is again, a lot of you guys are actually smart players, but you have so many choices in front of you. And this is what we talk about when we're talking about playing against the enemy team and brain diffing people, is that a single person, I probably say this so many times you guys are sick of it, but a single person can be very, very smart. A single person can be decisive, can be intelligent, can be proactive, can rise to the occasion, and can be consistent and impactful. But people, plural, tend to panic, be predictable. They make stupid decisions. They repeat those decisions expecting something else to happen. They just all they do is try to blame each other. People are very, very dumb, but a person can be very, very smart. So when you're looking at someone that has all these different thoughts in their head, the idea is you want to force them to have to make a choice. Because if they don't know what the right one is, more times than not, they're going to make the wrong one. So what you do is you force choices that are really bad on the enemy team while you already know what the correct one is. So Nock, what you're showing here is as Winston, you know how to go to high ground and then drop into a team and then use your cooldowns when you need to. You also know how to flank and then land directly in them after using all your cooldowns and explode and die. And you also know when to be a bit more patient and then follow up. And you also know when to just jump in and say, Jesus, take the wheel. In one fight, you showed all four of those as choices that you could be making. The difference is I'm here to tell you the correct choice of those three was what you just did. You got low health, you went high ground, you got healed, you looked for a target, and then you engaged. You set up properly. And that is the difference. No, you're good, Boomer. Hopefully you had a good gym day. Hell yeah, I'd love to hear that. Personal fitness, yeah. People be dumb though. You know, but a person can be very smart. Minna, I'm gonna get that tattooed on my thigh. Person smart, people dumb counter. I feel like that would get toxic very quickly, Tommy. But Nock, does that make sense? Is you showed me four different things. One of them was the correct one, and you showed me you're capable of doing it. That's what we work on. That was the correct decision, and we do that more often. Now, that ultimate makes me want to cry. Why does that ultimate make me want to cry, Nock? Let's rewind it. Why do I want to cry tears of sadness right now? Let's review that, shall we? Okay. They are down 1. They are down 2. They are down 3. We are already going to cap, which means the whole thing that we're trying to do is use our cooldowns, ultimates, positioning plays to help the cart move forward. Would you agree with me that maybe perhaps in the fight that's coming up, that ultimate may have been very useful? Remember we talked about with the last ultimate, where you had something with high carry potential, but by using it poorly, we got very low return on our investment? Would you say that that was a high investment, high return, or low return? Do you think that was as valuable as it could have been, or maybe we should have saved it for a different time instead of soloing the May? Low return? Good. Let's see what else you got. You look cool, though. I like the skin. Let's see what you got. Ay, 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 Chihuahua. Knock. We hiding with 480 health, and then we go in once they're all looking at us. You're so funny. You're so funny. Alright. I'm gonna knock. If you use your bubble to mitigate raw damage one more time, I'm going to squeeze your foot. Okay, that one was something. You tried to bubble the May. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Okay, you're taking the Hog and the Bastion out of the fight. That's fine. Back into spawn you go, little doggies. Oh, you're so dead. 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 Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, if your Genji kills them right now, I'm going to throw up. The mercy, 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 the mercy. The mercy, stop looking at the Hog. Stop looking at the Hog. Dude, Oh my god. Up, 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 up. Your Genji built another blade. Oh my god. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything's fine. Sleeper, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so knock. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Hey, Jaggy. Genji had 18k. Your Genji had 18,000 heart rate. He built 2 blades in that while solo holding against 4. God. You're everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. What rank is this? Jupiter. Everything's fine. Knock. Really quickly. This is for everyone watching. Everyone can help with this. I don't care what rank you are. We're going to do this because we're going to help a community member and we're all going to learn something out of this. Number 1, based on what they are running. Hog, Bastion, Moira, Mei, Mercy. Of these characters, which ones have either a cooldown or cooldowns or health pools that make it difficult for Winston to kill? Of these characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many in total have a cooldown or cooldowns or a health pool that make it difficult for them to kill? There's one correct answer. Don't be afraid to be wrong, chat. This is not about being right or wrong. This is about getting the correct answer together. Tommy says all. Gurak says all. Ryan says, I'm looking for a number or the word all. Ryan, you mentioned all 5. Hog, Hoggeroni, Hog, Bastion, Man. We're looking for numbers. Nox says 3. The correct answer is by Tommy and Gurak. And the answer is all. Yes, they all have an escape toll or bug health. So, Hog, hard to kill. Bastion, hard to kill. And a cooldown that makes him hard to deal with, his turret form. Moira has a fade. Mei has a wall and a self-heal invulnerability and has higher health at 250. Mercy, Guardian Angel, and Super Jump also make her difficult to chase. And I like trick questions. I never mean to ever trick y'all. I swear I don't. If I am a scamazer, I will still make sure you guys learn something and we all help each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them have ways of giving you a hard time as Winston. So chat, let's go down the list. Hog, give me a cooldown that makes Hog dangerous for Monkey. Dangerous specifically. Give me a cooldown. Does Hog have any of those cooldowns? No. Dangerous, not Stolly. Dangerous. Hook is 1. Any other cooldowns that make it dangerous for Monkey? Not his vape. So his little mind damage, the pen, can actually chip and do shield damage, and it slows Winston down. So technically, it still counts. We're not true shotgun, yes, but we're talking about cooldowns. So Hog alone has 2 cooldowns. Bastion, does Bastion have any cooldowns that are burst damage or high damage enough to give Monkey problems? Turret, yes. Anything else? Or is it just the one? And grenade, very good. So 2 for Bastion. Moira, any cooldowns that are dangerous for Winton? Turret and Granada, exactly, Minna. All of his cooldowns, yes, Walker. I forget that it just existed now, true. Damage orb, it's very low damage over time. So for Moira, there's none. And this is what we're about to get to in a second. So none on Moira. What about Mei? Make a dangerous. We're talking about damage in particular. Wall can be annoying, but that's because she's basically a tank character. Specifically dangerous. So specifically dangerous for Winston, no, but she can do stuff to your team. The slow is minor enough to where you can kind of circumvent it. Ult, we'll get to ults in a second, because then we also have to factor in this one, and this one, and also Moira then also becomes a factor as well. And then what about Mercy? Does Mercy have anything? I just spoiled it. The answer is no. So what this means is that if we're looking for a list of priority things to go for, this is our thought process. True, Guruk, after the fact, but yeah. So what we're getting at is this. Hog has things that are dangerous for Monkey. Winston has things that are dangerous for Monkey. All 5 of these characters have ways of making it hard for you to kill them. Now, for Moira, what makes it hard for you to kill her? It's a cooldown. For Mei, what makes it hard for you to kill her? It's cooldowns. For Mercy, what makes it hard for you to kill her? It's cooldowns. So, Knock, your brain should go, Moira, if I force fade, that's now something I can finish, kill, and get value from. Mei, if I force wall and ice block, that is now something I can finish and get value from. Mercy, Guardian Angel, and Super Jump, that is something I can force and get value from. So if you are ever in the middle of a fight, and this is why we plan ahead and you learn the matchups, and you're like, I'm in a situation with 5 people. What everyone else on your team was doing and everyone else on the enemy team was doing was panicking like it's their second day job. This is why I say people can be stupid. People panic. People make mistakes. People rush. People don't think. A person can. So what you do is you go, Moira, I can force fade. Mei, I can force cooldowns. Mercy, I can force cooldowns. These 3 heroes are what I want you focusing on. This is where I want you going for value. As Winston, instead of shit hitting the fan, because what we were doing, what I just watched you do for the last like minute and a half, is that the 2 people you were fighting were these 2 heroes here. And that is why we struggled like crazy. These are what we're going for. And it's because of what your character is and what your character is going against. Does that make sense, Knock? Does that make sense? Okay. So me and Junie's talking mad trash about you. I'm gonna send you proof. Do it. You won't, Jacob. Anyway, no, Ryan, my brain was recalculating. Okay, well, that being said, Knock, appreciate the VOD. Do you have any questions or complaints to management? Hmm. Genji farming that hog was eating 0 value, bro. Was feeding him all charge all game. Hmm. Give me 1 second, chat. Okay, that goes there. Knock, real quick, help me out here, Knock. When was the last time we did a VOD with you? I'm trying to think. I don't think it's been since, I think it was August. It's been a schminute. There. I think September, maybe. Everyone, do you prefer to game sitting or standing? I prefer standing myself. What in the blue? I really got to be careful with what I say on chat, y'all. We're gonna get a blue schnipples emote, by the way. I don't know how I'm gonna make it PG, but we're gonna get a blue schnipples emote. All right, Knock. Thank you very much for the VOD. I appreciate you. Who's next? Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, y'all, as a gentle reminder, that's what this is at the top of the screen. If we hit our sub goal by the end of the month, we are getting you guys all new emotes. There's going to be a twerking one that I'm going to try to figure out how we can do. I know Gino wants a just FM emotes. There's going to be a blue schnipples emotes. There's one where I'm making a face where it looks like I stepped in something. That's all I'm going to say. Rollout vid. We could. But yeah, a lot of y'all have been asking for different stuff. You guys want like a matcha or a tea time emote. That's another one you guys have been asking for. So if we get to the 100 subs by the end of the month, I'm gonna look into that. Just because they ain't cheap, y'all. They're 25 bucks a piece, and I have to buy them in a lot. Our 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 artist is very talented. Don't get me wrong. He's worth every dollar, and he usually charges a lot more. But something I gotta save up for, right? Why in the heck can't I gift? Minna, what did you do? Did you break something? Blue schnipples? Yeah. I don't know. It's something I say, Bobby. It's slightly appropriate, but it's definitely not, you know. Brain diff emote? That is such a good idea. Y'all gotta write these down. Brain diff emote is a really good one. Look how cute my little buff boy is. I just want to gift subsies. Minna, don't let them hold you back. Don't let them just, who's gonna carry the boats and logs? Minna's gonna carry the boats and logs. I want to. You want to eat pizza? Ryan, that's called cannibalism. You gotta check out a top 10 scream I had on Sunday. Most sweaty game I've ever had. That'd be cool, Gurak. Yeah, Gurak, if you ever wanted to submit something like that, that could be definitely something. Chat, I'll be fully transparent with you guys. When we have players that come into the community and they're like rank 1 players and they want to submit footage, that's something like me personally, I can't play in like a top 50 lobby and also explain what's going on. That's just not realistic for me. A lot of y'all really enjoyed when we had my team playing in like tier 2, where I would actually live stream the scrims. So you could see the practice, you could see the plays, you could see us grinding and working on different things. You could see some of the wins that we had, some of the losses we had, and things like that. And some of y'all really enjoyed watching that because you got to see higher level players play, right? But that's a whole different situation. But yeah, if y'all have like codes for, like top 10 lobbies, top 50 lobbies, or even codes with other big name streamers playing in high elo lobbies for us to review and kind of break down for YouTube, that kind of stuff is always welcome. It helps me make some content. And that also helps you guys earn VIP and things like that. So yeah, Gorik, if you have cool codes like that, if there's anybody in the games that are like well known in the YouTube scene, that'd be super cool because then we can react to it, and that's content for YouTube. Trying casual flirting. Minna, if you actually were trying to give subs, it's very, very nice of you. I don't know why it's not working on your end. I can get a code from my friend. I'm number one, right? True. Knock, would it be something that's like a high elo code, or is this something that you want me to review for your friend? I don't think I'm going to be seeing those people for some time. You never know, Bobby. When they do the MMR reset, we're all going to be playing against each other. You know what? That's the surprise for season 9. They're going to release 5 new characters, and comp is going to be gone, and everyone just plays in the same pool. They had Hope and Ozzy in this team. Oh, sweet. Remember, he's plat 4. Thank you, Minda. Thank you, Minda. I appreciate your face hold. Thank you so much. And again, happy holidays. I love that song. I love that song so much. That was very nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of y'all, I said it before, but I'll say it again. A lot of y'all have like come out and been like happy holidays and have kind of popped off with the donations recently. So I just want to say thank y'all again for that. It means a lot. So thank you. I like it. One of you guys actually made it for me. It was Shorty. Shorty was someone that we met and they were gold and they hit top 500 on all 3 rolls. They were very grateful. He's been learning English since he joined the community as well. He's been popping off with that as well. And he was a full-time streaming. He's a dad. He's got kids. He's got a wife. He had a full-time job. He's a very, very hardworking guy. And he's helped us make a lot of these alerts and stuff that you guys see. And that's Atlas is into Lincoln Park. I know. This is true. This is very true. You never lied, Walker. You've never lied. You guys will notice in like 5 years from now, you'll look back and be like, you know what? Atlas had really good taste in music. I'll be like, I know. It was crazy. All right. But who is next on our VOD list? Let's take a look. Appreciate your faces, but I want to make sure that everyone gets taken care of. So let's see what we have. Terrific time to make tea. I see the tea claim, Boomer. That's a really good idea. Rage also claimed. Rage. What just happened? Yo, I just read it. Tommy, thank you so much for the $26. That is wild. Thank you all very much for the support. Lamau went up. Yeah, that's why I laughed. That was pretty funny. Hi, Deanna. Yo, that's just disrespect. I think that was awesome. I think it was funny. All right, so pizza with the luck boost. Everything is fine. I think we are gonna make some tea. Knock got their VOD. Rage, let me know if you're still there. Love this game like an auction. Y'all help me keep the lights on. You help me pay for, little boots for certain people and, cat treats and lashes and things that need to be paid for. So thank y'all. 26 from Tommy. Can we get a 27? 27, Bobby, you're hilarious. Are like little boots. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get some money. We get emotes. We all good here. I try to make it fun for you guys. It was definitely low budget this year, but we have like the snowflakes and stuff happening, and we have a little Christmas bells and stuff like that. As much as we do this for Jack. You know what? I'm gonna go grab Jack real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, chat. I'll be right back. Let me grab Jack. All right, chat. Jack is in the middle of eating, so I grab this. What just happened? Oh, do you guys see this? Do you see it? Oh my god! Ah, there's a puppy. Ha 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 ha. Ooh ooh. Yeah. Okay, well that's enough of that. Good girl. Anyway, but I love this community even if I don't got a lot of friends over here. Well, Bobby, the plan is we're gonna grow the YouTube and the Twitch, and then we'll have some more people keeping you company. But I appreciate it, and I'm glad you were able to have some fun with the VOD reviews. Ah, come do gun logs. I pay you $4 an hour. Gun logs. Yeah, that's Maisie. In case y'all were wondering, it's short for Amazing Gumball Princess or something. I think. Anywho, Rage. If you can hear me, if Rage cannot hear me, I think he had to go to work. So we're gonna refund those points. And then if everyone else is cool with it, I think we have to react to a rollout video. Ryan, are you ready? These are going to be Mauga's rollouts. Now, where did you stick this, Ryan? You said you messaged it to me? It starts with one day. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Cannot see it. Why can I not see it? I put it in tips and tricks. Thank you. Okay, gotcha. Pisa did the editing for it. Oh, we're biased. By the way, this Ryan said you can make a reaction video if you want. Okay, let's do it. Didn't know you could refund points. So when because Ryan, I know that you also stream. So basically in your manager viewer rewards, when it pops up, you can hit accept or reject. If you reject it, it'll send the points back. If you accept, then it keeps them. I got you. Let's see what we can do here. I got so hard to get shot. And okay. Okay. So this is going to be something a little bit wild. Okay, chat, you ready? Okay, so this is going to be reacting to a Mauga rollout bud. No, I'm gonna turn it up, guys. Give me one second. Right there. Good, Farah. What in the schnipples? So far, this is very fun. Also, I love the fact that Mauga has a mid-air double jump skip, which is super cool. Malding right now. Reinhardt can't do this, Walker. That was pretty cool. Okay. I will say this. I will say this, which I think is a big deal, and I do want to be realistic with this because a lot of these they kind of require some setup beforehand in a spot or location that Mauga can't get by himself. So like a Lifeweaver pedal. Not saying that they're not cool, but the ones that I personally think are the best ones are like oh, not this one. Watch. This right here because Mauga can get up here by himself. So I actually think these are super helpful. A lot of these rollout vids, and this is just like a nice. You guys can take this however you want to take it for Pizza and for Ryan. But if y'all are looking for rollouts and stuff like that, I think kind of making it clear and obvious that hey, with Lifeweaver or without Lifeweaver, or it's like a solo rollout or not. Because think about a lot of these Doom rollout videos that are so popular, or even Hanzo rollout videos that are so popular, they're done based on just the character's own ability to do stuff. While it is kind of cool and fun to watch, like some of the stuff you can do with Lifeweaver, personally, the 100 plus Mauga rollouts you should know, realistically, there's probably not 100 of them. There's 100 plus Mauga rollouts if you include other characters to help you. The same way that if you have Lucio speed boost, there's certain things you can get to that you can't get to on certain characters when you don't have Lucio speed boost, or they're more or less consistent. So I think it's an interesting decision to include both of them and still consider them to be Mauga rollouts. So, but they're still very cool. But like something like this, I think is actually really good to know because someone who plays Mauga now knows with no setup, no speed boost, no nothing, you can make this jump. And that's actually super, super, super awesome and valuable. Zach, I saw you with the gifted for Boomer. Boomer, welcome to the mountain. Zach is over here being Santa Claus. But this rollout right here, that's so cool. I didn't know that. That's a really cool thing. From there, you can set up on that high ground all by yourself. You don't need help to do it. I'm lowering this down to 720. I think I'm streaming to way too many different things right now. Even going around this, because you can get up to that high ground, that's cool as shit. That's freaking amazing. No, I got you, Pizza. I'm just looking at it from my perspective. They're all freaking cool. Because the fact that on, like, Junkertown, you can go up with Lifeweaver and, like, go over the roof, that's nuts. I think it's pretty cool. I think entertainment-wise, it's still very awesome. Like, this is about to be hilarious. Nice. That was cool. I didn't even think of that. You can stall in that corner. Good night, Boomer. Thank you. Good luck, good luck. Aw, Rialto. They got rid of Rialto. This is super cool. I really like this though, you two. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then you can ult after that? Oh. Don't you dare. Whoa. That is one of my top 3 favorite ones that I just saw in this entire video. That was clean. That was cool. Reinhardt could never. I knew you were gonna like that one. You thought correctly, Pizza. That one was clean. I don't know which one of y'all figured that one out, but big brain on you guys. That one was clean. I like that one too. I really like the creativity. I really do. Oh. No way. No way. Yo, that's... Hold on. We're gonna watch that again. Hold on. Everybody shush. Everybody shush. Focus. Watch this. Watch it again. That's my favorite one so far. You two did a really good job. We have like some of the most creative people in this community. Y'all are crazy for this. This is really cool. Bruv. The old Hammond rollout? True, no. Almost. Okay. I really thought you were going to somehow get to that high ground. That would have been crazy. Huh. That was nice. No, don't you dare. Nice. Most people don't even know about that little ledge there. Ooh. That one's really nice. That's really clean. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be a how did he get up there moment. That's gonna be nuts. I recognize this song. I didn't write it. That's really cool. A lot of people don't know about that ledge you can stand on. That's cool. Cyber Genji menu music. Yeah, I didn't write it, but it sounds cool. This is sick. This is really cool. Y'all are very creative. This is really cool. No way. That... I know this song. That's important to... Right? Okay.
This is
Ads, a bunch of ads. Anyway, I thought that was really good. I thought that was really cool. I could see how much like creativity and like passion went into that. I thought that was really awesome. Hey Minx, good to see you. Um, yeah, that was cool. There was several of those that I think you kind of predicted. I really liked where I was like, oh ho ho. The fall of the meth. But no, yeah, to Ryan and to Pizza, good job, you two. That was a treat. So I want to say thank you for sharing that with us. But it makes you kind of think that I don't know, mobility characters have always been the most fun for me, and I think how mobility functions in this game is always a really cool topic to discuss. And this is just something all you Ryan players, y'all can't do that. Ryan can't double jump midair and have a CC anti-CCable slam. I don't know. I know they're talking about doing a Reaper rework. I don't think Reaper needs a rework. I think Ryan and Winston need to be updated severely. I feel like Winston needs a better bubble ability, and Primal needs to be caught up to date with what it should be. And then poor Ryan. Anywho, I would appreciate that. Thank you again, you two. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was really, really cool. 5-second shatter. Okay, no, I don't know about that. Let's not. No. I thought he was gonna be more like Ryan in terms of mobility. The fact that you have the defy gravity double hop, it's interesting. That Eichenwald bridge jump where you basically cover the gap and then you can push people off. Ryan wishes. If Ryan even could do something like that, the timing in terms of canceling the pin would be very finicky at best. I've seen ball players be able to do that, and it's just a nice tech to be able to know how to do. But on Mauga, it seems almost more practical. Visually, it maybe looks a bit scary because of how awkward that midair jump is, but it looks like it's very doable. So, need big loud. Don't forget to click the like button. Yes, I will be clicking the like button. Nicely done. Wait, that's the wrong. This one. There. And like. Mauga diff. There we go. But yeah, well done pizza for the editing, and Ryan, that was cool. That was definitely a lot of cool. But yeah, if you guys are cool with it, that's probably gonna go on YouTube as well, just for people to see the reactions and maybe some more people get to see it because I thought that was really cool. Now, I didn't do a timer or a counter on how many rollouts that was, but that was a lot of rollouts, y'all. That was a lot. I don't know how much time that took, but good on you. Nice commitment for that. But yeah, thank you guys again for sharing that with us. That was pretty cool. Nice. Now we need to get flats to see it. Maybe, just maybe. We had more that I just didn't put in the video too. I think we had about 200 clips. That tends to be a tough thing to do, is figuring out, what gets to make the cut and what doesn't make the cut. I think you guys did a really good job there, but 2 days of getting clips, that's kind of crazy. Future me, we did react to a Mauga rollout video 3 hours and 17 minutes into the stream. There. Fantastic. I don't know. Chat, I think we're at that magical moment. If no other people have VODs that we need to do, I think we're going to go ahead and call that there. I'm going to get some tea, get some food, make sure that the animals are okay, and then kind of go on from there. I'm probably going to be running some games off stream to just kind of chill, relax, and spend some time with Deanna and Jacob, I guess, because I haven't got to do that in a while. So if you guys are playing games today, good luck. And yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I will let y'all know what we end up doing. I don't know if it's going to be a community today. I don't know if it's going to end up being just another comp day, but I'll keep you guys up to date, and we'll kind of go from there. And then Saturday we might do some variety. So, no, I'll keep you guys in tune. Now, before I go, as always, please remember, be kind, be humble, be positive, and as always, GG's. And I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you all so much for the support today. Means a lot. Peace.